Shanti, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Monday reflection sessions. As always, every Monday, we invite special guest speakers, somebody who has explored spirituality, somebody who has experimented with Gyan. And one of the main focus on our sharings is to understand spirituality better and get more deeper. Spirituality is not a physical science. It is kind of abstract for the intellectual minds. So to make spirituality more tangible, we need to resonate with somebody else's experience. We learn by sharing our experiences. We learn by empathizing with others. We learn when we put ourselves in other shoes and then see what it feels if I was in that place, right? And especially when other BK, somebody who has gone through this journey of 5,000 years, somebody who has a wide spectrum of experiences, shares their own deeper experiences on this path of spirituality, and especially on this confluence age, which has a most powerful experiences that guide the rest of our existence on earth. When we resonate with those experiences, something deep within us ignites. And that is why when Baba says that when two BKs come together, when there are two Brahmins, you don't need to have huge gathering. Even if it is a small gathering, Baba is there. Because when we are sharing Gyan, and especially when we are sharing our deepest spiritual experiences, we are igniting our spiritual, awakening our spiritual presence. Along with that, we are relating to Baba and sharing those experiences with each other. And in today's session, we have Sister Monica. She's very, very well, very successful on her professional path. As a brand marketer, digital marketer, and she's one of the, she was awarded with many awards as the top 10, if I'm not mistaken, top 10 empowering women. So at a physical level, she acclaimed a lot, but she attributes all of that success towards her love for Baba and enabling Baba to work through her. And that is an art. And we know Baba is powerful. We know God is powerful. When we allow God to use our existence on earth to manifest his work, to do that, not to get in his way, itself is an art, right? And that is what Sister Monica has achieved in this spiritual path. And apart from that, I have my own personal experience with Sister Monica. Whenever I see Sister Monica and her brother and her family as such, I have this picture, where Dadi Prakashman is sitting and all are sitting around, pampered by Dadis, sustained by Dadi's love. In today's session, we are going to listen to some of those deep experiences, especially when we have some experiences with Dadis, because Dadis, they don't come from a physical awareness. They come from behad, dristi behad, vritti, like they have this attitude which is very broad, right? Which is eternal awareness that these are my family forever. These are Baba's children and these is my family. And they relate, and then it's not just an intellectual thing, and then they radiate that love. When you are pampered in that loving atmosphere, when you listen to somebody being in that atmosphere, something deep within us get resonated, and that is very tangible at this point in their subtle presence. So I request everyone to totally relax, tune into the stories, stay absorbed into that love, and then feel that is presence alive. without any further ado, I invite Sister Monica. Welcome, Sister Monica.
Thank
Shanti.
you, brother. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, lovely angels. First of all, I would say, should I welcome you or you would welcome me? There's a lot of love from India, and that too from Rajdhani, the would-be Rajdhani. I would say Indraprasth. So welcome to you in this wonderful land of exchanges. You know, very rightly said by Harsha Bhai, that when two Brahmins sit, in fact, I would say when two angels sit, and when this is such a lovely gathering of angels, what would they talk? They would talk about, you know, where did you visit? What have you done? What more angels did you visit? And I'm sure today we'll take you on a wonderful journey. So could I please request all of you to open up your cameras? For a simple reason, I keep telling everyone, you know, if Baba would have come and if he would have started talking to us like this, imagine, how would have it looked? Huh? And the best part is we love to see, we love to meet. And that's the beauty of this lovely family. Whenever we interact, this is such a lovely exchange of emotions. And that's exactly what we are going to do today. I'm going to take you back in my childhood days, 1985. You know, when we got this chance to come and visit to this lovely place called Madhuban, Mount Abu. You know, that lovely forest, you know, Madhuban in India, and in Hindi, we call it Madhu plus one, wherein it is a forest of nectar. And normally in olden days, you know, forest is some place where sadhus and sannyasis, they used to meditate. So I would say physically, yes, in the olden days, sadhus and gurus and a lot of people would have meditated at this place. But this is that holy land where God himself came in the lovely chariot of Brahma, and all dadis and senior brothers and sisters have meditated. So we got a chance to visit that lovely place back in 1985. And I was a small child. A small child, what would he or she expect? You know, we went with the family and we had heard a lot of things in India, you know, like everybody hears that this is going to happen and that is going to happen. So we were a little skeptical, I'll be very frank. And, you know, in those thoughts and those, you know, preconceived notions, we had visited to that place. We made sure that we would not be staying in the center, and we made sure that we would be staying somewhere, you know, outside, which is a little away from the center. But I still remember that first day when we got that chance to visit Madhuban. It was like an eye opener, as if there was so much of love which was flowing all around. Back in those days, everybody whom we were meeting, as if they were just bestowing love and showering that love on us. And that was the moment of transformation. We decided as a family that we are not going to stay wherever we were made to. We were given a VIP minister cottage, and, you know, especially Nirvair Bhai had made all the arrangements, and we told them very clearly, no, we want to stay in this prangan, in this place, in this holy, lovely land. And then this lovely story, or the love story, started. And I'm going to take you to my transformation journey. I was always very skeptical and a child who was taken care by elders a lot, since I was youngest in the family, and I am youngest in the family. So very protected and very cared for child, generally never used to go alone to the places. But I don't know what happened when I visited Madhuban. It was like, coming back to home. Love, that purity in the and the serenity in the environment, that was like, attracting me the most. And anything which you accept with love, and there is this emotion of innocence in that atmosphere, that is something which creates that lovely bonding. And that's exactly what happened to me. The love of Almighty, the love of seniors, everybody taking care of you, it was so powerful that the transformation journey started for me personally. We got so much sustenance back in those days because in India, probably one of the first doctor families, my Lokik parents are doctors. And my elder brother also, over a period of time, today he's working as cardiologist for both Parliament, India's, Parliament Nexi, as well as, at a very big hospital, which is GP Pant. So probably first doctor family, and people always used to call us Chaturbhuj. So wherever, they'll go, like Harsha Bai said, the family used to travel together. That is how that whole thing was. So family decided, before coming to Gyan, we were very clear that whatever we do, we'll make sure that that unity is always there. And we would not do anything which spoils that unity. That was just a thought. But when we went there, it was not just a family of 4, it was family of 100,000 brothers and sisters. And today, wherever you go throughout in the world, it looks like a huge family. It looks like, such a lovely spiritual family that everybody whom you see and meet, they are just showering that lovely emotions on you of love, pure powers, pure peace. That is what you see all around. So that was very beautiful. I got a chance to have so much sustenance from Dadi Prakashmani, a wonderful, powerful human being. I would say not just a human being, an angel. The most wonderful thing which I always admired in Dadi Prakashmani, who was then head of Brahma Kumaris, she was a ruler. And not just ruler by powers, but she ruled the hearts of people. Once I remember as school going children, we had a lot of love for Dadis. So myself and my elder brother, we both were standing outside in that prangan of Madhuban, which we call as Chandni Chowk. And we were standing there and waiting. It was almost 10. And we knew that Dadi is going to come out from her meeting and we'll say goodnight to her and then we'll go. So Dadi came out from the meeting and she saw both of us standing there. And she said, "Hey kids, what are you guys doing here at this hour?" We said, "Dadi, we wanted to say goodnight to you." And she was, looking like this, literally looking like this. And she said, "Oh, it's already 10. We said, "Yes, but we wanted to say goodnight to you." And, lovingly what she did, like a grand old mother, in one hand, she took me, and in the other hand, she holded the hand of my elder brother. And she said, come, we together will go to Baba and we'll say good night to Baba together, and then we'll retire to bed. And then in Hindi, she said, "Bacho, das to bas," which means after 10, you should not keep yourself awake. Those things, they just went inside and they got deeply embedded, that divine culture, that royal culture of saying goodnight to Baba. The way she loved and adored us. We 3 of us together went to Baba, said goodnight, and this lovely thing which she told us, das to bas. And till date, we've been practicing that, wonderful seek, I would say, or the learning which we had from Dadi. We were very lucky to get huge sustenance from Dadi Hriday Mohini. Lovingly, we call her Dadi Gulzar. Because Dadi Gulzar, she was always in Delhi. Mostly, I mean, in the olden days, because she was heading Delhi. And whenever we used to do anything in our university or in school, or Dadi was visiting, we would make sure that, Dadi would be visiting our residence. Yeah. And lovingly, Dadi would always accept that. So a most innocent soul I have ever met in my life. Very pure and full of love. In fact, all Dadis are and were full of love. But especially what I saw with Dadi Gulzar, she was so innocent. And I have huge and vivid memories of her when she used to come to the residence, Baba's residence, and we together used to sit in Baba's room. She would say to my mom that, Manju, I see that you've created a subtle world here. And it's an effortless meditation, which anybody who would be coming here would, start meditating. I always used to ask Dadi, if I want to, better my learnings, better my sthiti in Gyan, what should we do? Dadi always upon Murli, Murli, and Murli. She would always say, if you love Baba, if you love the Murlidhar Baba, you would have lot of love for Murli. What you can learn from the Murlis, that is huge and tremendous. And, I feel so happy that in these 36 years, not even a single day we've ever missed Murli. We have so much of love and respect for this, 4-pager Murli, which is nothing but a love letter from God. Until date, I feel that whatever is going in my life, whatever is happening there, Baba is going to give us such lovely directions. The third one, Dadi Janki ji. Oh, a lady with wisdom, huge wisdom. The kind of churnings and the mixing that she's played with Gyan. And every, I would say, cell of her body speaks an absolute embodiment of what Baba says. We've got good amount of experience with all Dadis, the kind of love. And, whenever she used to sit in meditation and give drishti to people, she used to love looking into every soul. And if people were not looking at her, she would always say, oh, and that was that power coming from her eyes. So, all these seniors, we've got so much of sustenance from that. Let me now take you back that how this transformation started. Back in my school days, I was not a very studious child. In fact, the younger or the early years were good. Coming into Gyan, going to school, they were kind of okay. But as my, schooling started increasing and I started going to the bigger standards and the bigger classes, I had huge problem because interestingly, I was a dyslexic child and nobody knew that. And people always used to, pinpoint that your brother is very intelligent. He's a gold medalist. And why don't you study? You don't like studying. What would you do? You would fail. You would flunk. And you would, you don't study. What do you do? I mean, is your mind wandering somewhere? And I, like a very innocent child, used to go in my meditation. Here, I can't even study. I can't even concentrate. Though I used to sit for hours together, but whenever I used to sit in front of my books, what I used to do? I used to literally do like this, sleep. For a simple reason, I didn't understand even a head and tail out of what I was reading. Because words were dancing, I could not focus on things. So there was absolute lack of focus. And then came the magic. So, as Harsha Bhai said, I would say Baba is the biggest magician. If you love him 100%, Baba is going to take control of you. When I had my first meeting with Baba, as a family, in those days, Baba used to meet the centers, everybody coming from that particular center. And we were lucky to be from the world's first center, which is Shakti Nagar in Delhi. Jagdish Bhai was there, and today we have Sister Chakradhari Didi. So she's the one who was our teacher. So as a center, we used to go and meet Baba. And then Baba. And then Baba used to speak with individuals. And I still remember Baba told me, "Oh, Mona, you are a yogi Atma. You're a yogi, born yogi." I was wondering, whenever I used to sit in meditation, I used to actually sleep. So how am I a yogi? I used to tell Baba, "Baba, I am a soul. You are a supreme soul. And that's it. What do I talk? How am I a yogi? You call me a yogi Atma." And slowly, things started unfolding when I started going to Madhuban for youth retreats. And that's where I started learning that it is always a beautiful journey of both mind and intellect. When both of them are working in the same direction, that's what is known as 100% focus. And when you add love, pure love in that, then it just works like a magic. And slowly, that dyslexic child who was never able to perform, unable to interact, in the school, and teachers always used to scold, I started using, this knowledge in my, educational life. I started when I went into, engineering, which was more of the Bachelor of Applied Sciences for instrumentation. That's where I started, bringing back that focus, which was always distributed. I started realizing, that this is always mind over matters. Probably the car has a problem, but I, the driver, I am an empowered one. And if an empowered driver sits even in a broken car, he or she knows how to drive it. He's smart enough to even drive a broken car. And that understanding of knowledge, I started putting in my practical life. You won't believe, somebody who was actually amongst the last, or I would say, literally passing on mercy, started coming in first 10. And slowly, when I passed out from the university, I was amongst the top 3. And then I, came into my MBA. Again, a unique journey, a unique experience. I started using every time I used to, I had a great learning when I was taking a session with Dada Vishwaratna. Whenever we used to go to Madhuban, we never used to waste our time. Myself and my elder brother, always used to make sure that we'll run to the elder brothers and the sisters or the dadis. So we went to Dada Vishwarathan and we said, "What is that special effort that you do?" So he said, "Bachon, children, please sit here." And we sat with him. I was small and I sat in front of him. He said, "When I work, I make sure I make Baba sit in front of me on my table." Do you know Dada Vishwaratna? He was taking care of accounts for the Yagya. And he said, "I tell Baba in Hindi, Baba, ichi bed jao." You know what? You sit here, Baba, in front of me. And he literally said, sit here in front of me. And I learned that style. Whenever I was studying, I made sure, Baba, you have to sit here with me. Tell me and stop me wherever I am going wrong. And, I developed that habit of talking with Baba. Baba, I'm doing this. Is it okay? Baba, I'm doing that. Is this okay? I have learned this in this hour. So as a student, I developed as if a wonderful relation, a friendly relation with Baba, wherein constantly I started talking to him. And you won't believe, in MBA, I broke all the records. A child who was a dyslexic child with the double engine of Baba, who was helping me throughout my education, I started breaking the records. And it was not me, it was Baba helping me do all these wonderful things. So I always learned this art of, if I believe I can and I will. This was the wonderful power which God brought in me. He brought this subtle transformation. So, sometimes what happens is we are listening to the Gyan, but it is only staying till here. It's all intellectual. We have to feel and enjoy that love, that deep love and emotion. Because till you start experiencing it, the transformation will never happen. And I was very clear, if I am here, I'm here for a reason. God will have to use me. It's my fortune, and my fortune, I would want to sharpen it. Every year, we used to go and meet Baba. And every year, I had a very clear intellect that I have to go and meet Baba on the stage. Can you believe it? And if you believe, if you see it, then the law of attraction is going to work. You think it, you will get it. I made sure every year I was there on the stage. With some or the other reason, something is going to happen and the magic happens and I will go and meet Baba. I remember once Dadi got operated for her cancer, and everybody was announced that Baba is only going to give drishti to the children and he's not going to speak with children. I was a small child. Imagine a child going in frock on the stage, going and meeting Baba. And I don't know what happened suddenly to me. And I said to Baba, standing like this on that table, which is put in front of Baba, like this, Baba, you're not going to speak with the child? And Baba literally laughed. And he said, yes, you are that fortunate one who's going to reveal Baba in the world. And you won't believe, I was on the top of the world, jumping and going here and there in the whole, Madhuban, running like this and that. And Baba has said this to me, I'm going to reveal Baba, and went to all the seniors and Baba spoke to me, Baba spoke to me. That was those lovely days which we have spent with Almighty. And, Baba used to always admire whatever unique you do. So when I used to listen in Murlis that, Baba loved those children, when he used to take, and he still takes wonderful names of Dadi Manohar, Badi Dadi, and Dr. Nirmala, and so many elder sisters. So I always used to feel that, can it happen that once Baba should take my name? What should I do, Baba? That, I have to come and I have to be that first one. I know I've come late, but I don't want to be lacking behind. I want to be ruling your hearts too. So, those were the years, I think around 20 years back, 25 years back. I don't remember the dates though. So Baba, so there was a very interesting thing which started in India. There were mega programs which started in India. And these mega programs were 1 lakh programs. So every program we had huge gathering of 1 lakh people, 100,000 people coming for those programs. And all dadis would be attending those programs. So everybody was very excited in Yagya, and especially in India. Great, and we have to make sure that we have to tell everyone that God has come and everybody should join. So what do we do? Unique. So we decided that let's have doing something like doing some ads in the televisions, and so that we reach out to masses and tell people and interact with them. Interestingly, I was working with media, both digital media and traditional media, which is that offline designing. So I was wondering that, how can we reach out to television guys? And if we at all get to meet up with these people at television, would it be that very expensive thing? But Baba says we don't have to spend money. How do we do it? How do we reach out? So we started working on our presentations and approaching, doing cold calling. First, we started doing cold calling. So understanding, what kinds of rates exist in this television media. And then we made sure that we fixed up the appointments and met those people. And there was just to cut that huge story short, we made sure that we got some free slots in television advertising. And, I still remember got a huge scolding from some of the seniors that you taking this thing into television, and we would not want to spend. No, we said, no, myself, we'll try our level best that we got some free slots, and we made sure we got some free slots. And I still remember it was a huge thing that the whole thing got showcased in the television. I still remember then after I got a chance to meet Baba. So there was no, I would say slightest of the thing that I will ever get a chance to go and meet Baba on stage. But I still remember Baba invited that bring that child on the stage. And Baba just hold my hand tight, and he said, Baba loves this when you do something unique. Keep it up, child, keep it up. And he gave me so much of Toli full in my hand, and he kept it in my hand. So that is the love. If you love God and you love him 100%, believe you me, he's the biggest magician. He can do anything for you. If you go all out for him, he goes multi-million times all out for you. That is the pure love of Almighty. And then I'm going to share that, how my professional life changed. People used to make fun. And when they started seeing this transformation in me, they were keeping quiet. I started working in the industry. For almost 10 good years, I worked. And I was very clear, my brother and myself, we both were very clear. We will never do anything which actually, brings bad name to Almighty. Everything that we'll do, people should say, wow, these are Brahma Kumaris and Brahma Kumaris. They should say, oh, wow, these are God's children. They should never say, oh, this is how you do. This is what you are taught in Brahma Kumaris. We hated that kind of a stern look. So both my personal family, who used to tell my, parents that, Manju, you've got insane. You've started going and become spiritual, and you've made your children also like that. Now they are not going to study. Believe you me, we were not studying before, but when we came in this Gyan, I told you how the improvement came. So personal family started realizing the importance of this knowledge. And now in the professional side, wherever we were working, I always had that onus that I am going to do everything with perfection so that it never becomes like a finger pointing on my father. So working as an employee always started becoming like an entrepreneur in that organization. Always used to take the onus, try to do things with perfection. And believe you me, a non-performer always became a performer. I always started heading those organizations. From an executive to a manager to a senior manager to a general
So Monica, when we lost you, so maybe it's an internet thing.
Oh, wow, look at her. My last assignment was with one of the big advertising agencies. And you won't believe, in advertising, people say that you have to drink and smoke. So everybody, used to tell me that, hey, Monica, why don't you smoke? Why don't you drink? I said, okay, if I drink, what would happen? You just get to time to socialize and you have a glass in your hand and you start interacting with people. I said, I still have a glass full of water, or I can, take a juice in my hand and I can still socialize. And that's what I do. No, 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 you get better business if you start drinking. I said, no, that's something where we are going wrong. The company was doing well. The company was doing great. I said, you're getting business? She said, yes, I'm getting business. I said, then why do I need to have wine when I will not be in my senses and not even in my control? What am I talking to the customer? At least I talk sense. So, this is how she started admiring that you do whatever. She's very clear in her thought process. And that's what I learned from Baba. Never leave your values. Always value your values. Who have we got in our life? It's not a human being. We're not people pleasers. I used to always interact with my team also. I said, why do you smoke? Why do you drink? There is people, what would they say about us? I said, people have a habit. You do something, they will speak something. You don't do something, they'll still talk something about you. In India, there is a very beautiful song, Kuch to log kahenge, logon ka to kaam hi hai kehna. People would say something or the other because that's their job to say something or the other. I should value my values. And you won't believe, with that understanding, I got these awards in the industry. It's not me, believe me. It is till date Baba, Baba, and only Baba. And then after working in industry for 10 years, I decided, I've been doing so many things. Why should I not have my own organization, which is Baba's organization? And this thought was implanted in my head by my elder brother. He said, you've been putting so much of effort. If you run your own organization, you will get some time to do some Yagya seva also. Then I was asking my elder brother, do you think that I can do it? He said, yes. You do so much for everybody. Why don't you do for Baba's organization? And that's when in 2008, December 15, I started this organization by the name Interactive Bees Private Limited. The name was so beautifully given by Baba and my elder brother. You are like bees, the honey bees, who always have the habit of sitting in the positive, which is the flowers, and sucking nectar and creating solutions for the organizations. And that's where this organization was formed by the name Interactive Bees. And interestingly, I made Baba the director of the company. And I became the chief executive officer of the company. I was smart. As Baba is smart, I have to be also smart, because if a company has a director whose director happens to be God himself, how would the company be? The company has to perform. So I told Baba, you are the director, I am the chief executive officer. I will do the running around. but you have to take care of the company. And till date, you won't believe, the organization has been growing. We have such a nice people working with us, 60 member team. And till date, Baba is doing wonderful seva and taking out whatever wonderful seva that we can do, managing the websites of the organization, making sure there is good ORM and things like that. So that's what we've been doing all this while. And not just that, we started working for bigger organizations outside in the world. With a lot of MNCs, we started working. We work for Delhi government, India government, a lot of NGOs. That's how. And whatever we have been doing, we make sure that we are in some way or the other giving gyan to people, because your life has to speak. It's never like this is my personal life and this is my professional life. We have only one life. Whatever I am going as a complete personality everywhere. And people can catch those lovely vibrations. That is something which we've always kept in mind when I came into this gyan. Everything that I do has to reveal Baba. It's not my lakshya that, everybody has to become Brahma Kumar. Everybody who's coming in this organization must listen Gyan. You have to listen to Gyan. No. We give a lot of space to the people who are coming, looking them and admiring each and every soul who is working with us. And that's how they are developing the love for God. So, whether you talk about the personal life, professional life, I always believe that this is a gyan for families. This is a gyan for us. It not just transforms myself, my thoughts, my emotions, my feelings, my actions, and finally creating a successful destiny, not just for me, but we are the ones, the empowered ones. We are creating that lovely atmosphere around us. In my physical family, in my professional family, and in the world at large. Do you all believe that? Do you all feel that? Can I have a handshake or hand raise from all of you? Yeah. Do you believe that? You've experienced that. That is what this knowledge is all about. We were lucky to get sustenance from Jagdish Bhai, a soul, a very, very simple soul. I used to see Bhai Sahab always, working and writing something. Bhai Sahab was a lovely soul, and I have never met Brahma Baba in this life, but I saw Brahma Baba definitely in him, which means that, he was a living embodiment of simplicity. He had so much of love for Gyan and for the elder sisters. Especially as a child, when sisters used to bring fruits from him, a fruit bowl for him, he would say, sisters, I don't need them. You are the younger generation. You need to be sustained with all these things so that you become Shaktis and you go out in the world and you can reveal Baba. Look at the kind of love, devotion he had for everybody. Used to get chance and sit with him. And he used to see us driving, going to office, doing things. He used to always say, Baba loves these children. Baba loves those children who are doing multitasking, who go to the university or the school or the college or are working and then doing seva also. So keep yourself busy, but while you keep yourself busy, always remain easy. Wonderful days were those when we got chance to sit with Dadi Manohar Indra. And I am going to share those lovely experiences when in her small room, we were made sure that I was sitting beside Dadi. And Dadi, I'm sure you all know it, that she was the one closest to Brahma Baba because her home was quite adjacent to Baba's Lokik home. And her elder brother was friend of Baba's son. So he used to visit that place where Baba used to stay very often. And then how she came into Om Mandli and Baba used to do that dhwani of Om, she used to teach us that in those olden days of that Om dhwani of Om. And that beautiful hymn and that beautiful way she used to recite that and used to take and increase the decibels like Om. And in that 6:30 to 7:30 meditation, which is that wonderful hour, we used to sit with Dadi, the four of us, and used to meditate. She used to create that lovely intoxication of Om as if Baba is calm. So those were amazing days. And we've got so much from Baba that, believe you me, I feel that this one birth is so small, is so short period of time, that what can I do for Baba? I feel like opening my heart for all those new souls who are coming, that you must know how wonderful this history of Yagya is. These people have done so much for Yagya. I think we've just come on the stage when everything is ready. But let us just decorate ourselves. This is what Baba wants now. So when this COVID time came, I was always of a feeling that, my profession was taking too much of my time, doing things, going for meetings, organizing. There was too much of time which it was sucking out of me. And I always used to complain, Baba, that this whole Sangam Yug would pass like this. When would I increase my, services and my own stage? And then COVID came. I would say these were not just lockdown times. These were the times when we got chance to look inside our own self. Look inside our own selves for a simple reason, because everywhere you see the lockdown happen, but that only route which was open was going up. So I think I tried and explored that lovely road going upstairs and meeting Baba more often. This was the time when I really unwinded completely myself. Taking sessions, organizing things, making sure and now there is a whole range of corporate services which picked up in India. Be it Infosys, be it, Wipro, be it all the bigger organizations, all the governmental organizations. We started conducting and getting a lot of sessions from there, be it digital detox or wellness, and slowly, people have started getting that knack, and they start enjoying and knowing more and more about this knowledge. So COVID times had been a great times for these Brahmins, for us Brahmins, for a simple reason. There was a deep need for us to shine ourselves to be on the stage. And now is the time, after Dadi's, going into the subtle region and leaving for a better service, it's time for us to get ready, to pick up those signals which Baba wants us to pick up, to make ourselves ready for service. We have to constantly ask ourselves, are we ready? Are we ready? Because everybody is, moving to the subtle world, and golden age is about to come. But are we just waiting for the golden age to come, or are we trying to bring that golden age? Because we say it's 21 births. And today, if you ask me what we are working here presently is, since it is 21 births, which is one birth starts here, keep asking yourself, am I enjoying whatever and wherever I am presently? Do I really feel that this is the first birth of golden age? Am I feeling the company of Baba? Because Baba is always there, besides us, sitting with us. It's just that we have to make sure daily in Amrit Vela, we have to make sure, invoke him and make him sit here. I was asking Dadi once, and she shared a very beautiful thing with me. She said, you know, like deities, the idols of deities are sitting in the temples, and the place where they sit is very clean and clear. Similarly, if you want to make sure that Baba sits here in your intellect, you have to make yourself very clean and clear. So the thing which I personally feel why Baba chose me, that I was very truthful with Baba. It's not that I have never done mistakes, I've done blunders also. But I was very truthful to Baba. Going up to him, telling him that, Baba, this is something which I have done wrong. And Baba would definitely make sure he will show me the right path. He will tell me that, okay, child, if you've done this, never repeat it again. So develop that relation with him. Feel him. You know, a lot of times we see that in car, there are three kinds of wheels. One is the kind of wheels on which we are driving the car, the four wheels. The second kind of wheel is the stepney, which is lying in the back, in the dicky. Lot of us don't even care to check whether it has air or not, or is it deflated. The third wheel is the steering wheel. All this while, we had been using God, the Supreme, as the stepney. Whenever there is a problem, we'll say, oh, please come, Baba, 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 Baba. Where are you, Baba? My dear Baba. Huh? That's what we keep doing. I decided, no, he cannot be a stepney, because he's taught us the law of karma. Jitna utna. As much you love me, so will I love you. If I love him infinite, he loves me infinite. If I love him 20%, he will also love us 20%. If I have made him the steering wheel of my car, then what is going to happen? My car is going towards the rightest direction, because he is the Supreme Father. He knows whatever I am getting is the best for me. There could be a momentarily, thought process which comes up. This wouldn't have happened, that wouldn't have happened. No, he says, always keep saying everything that is happening is perfect. Whatever has happened was perfect. Whatever is going to happen will be the perfect thing, because drama is perfect. And his choice is perfect. Keep blessing yourself. He is bestowing his love every day, every moment. It's us who has to feel him besides. It is us who has to enjoy. Look at the kind of murlis that are coming. Every day he says, whatever and whichever feelings that you are having now, that is the Brahmin life is going to extrapolate throughout the drama. Every moment we are creating our own destiny. How am I creating my destiny? It's through choices. Very simple. Look at this. Let's understand a very simple cycle. Anything which I am seeing or experiencing through these five senses is creating my destiny. How? I see something, I don't like it. Immediately, a mixie starts here. What is this mixie? This mixie is of thoughts, good, bad, ugly. But as Brahmins, today we know we have choices. A choice that I want to create a life which is full of happiness. I want to be peaceful. I want to be loved, and I want to love everyone. I wish to create a life which is full of power. Be empowered all the time. If that's the choice I have made, then the moment this mixie starts, I say, please keep quiet. That's not what you want to be. So it's a constant awareness which is there. All you have to do is just choice between the buttons that you're pressing. And this choice has been given to us by Baba. So when I'm making the right choice is creating the right feelings, the right emotions, the right attitude, the right action, the right habit, the right personality. And that right personality is creating a right destiny for me, an empowered destiny. Every moment in this Brahmin life, we are creating our destiny. If I am here experiencing the love of Babas, both the Bap and Dadas, Brahma Baba and Shiv Baba, if I'm experiencing that love and emotion and the companionship of them, then I am bound to write it down. Clear it today in your heart that I am bound to be with them in the soul world. In that garland of Shiv Baba, where you see Shiv Baba, Brahma Baba, and Mama, I will be very near to them. And that's where I have to be. Decide it for yourself today. He will come, she will come, that sister will come, that dadi will come. Everybody would come, but I have to be there for sure. Your focus has to be very clear. Because this is what I told to myself when I came into Gyan. 5,000 years, God will come only once. It's only once when I get a chance to create my fortune. Monica, are you ready? I kept on asking myself, are you ready? Or are you in Gyan because your father is into Gyan, your mom is into Gyan, your elder brother is into Gyan? Was that the reason I came into Gyan? No. I came into Gyan because I love God. I came into Gyan because I was the soul who did a lot of bhakti. I came into the Gyan because I invoked God. God has come to meet me personally. So what do I do, God, that I can please you? And yes, you are also pleasing me. I have this very clear understanding that God's work will never happen without me. He needs me more. He has to love me more, and which is a very lovely relation. You should explore each and every relation with God. God as your friend, as your companion, as your mom, as your dad, as your brother, sister, as everything. Because any, emotion which is not being utilized or felt or experienced, those are the emotions which are going to keep attracting you. He's a lovely teacher who keeps teaching us the royal manners, how to behave. What should you speak? How should you speak? How much you should speak? And when should you keep quiet? Balak and Malik. He teaches us everything. Who would teach us like this? And daily, my sweet children, even though we do whatever, he's still loving us as much. So now are the times when we all have to get ready and take our positions very firmly. Because now is the time everybody is taking their positions in this world drama, in this world cycle. I would like to ask each one of you, How much are we preparing ourselves? Let us not create a routine that, morning, we have to say good morning and then just a murli and that's it. No. It's a routine of love. It's a routine out of lot of choices. We look forward to what Baba has to say to us. This Sunday's Murli, very beautifully said by Baba. You become mine, and then you say, Baba is mine, and he says, yes, you're mine. Do I feel that love? Do I feel that relationship with him? Or is somebody dragging me from behind that you must do this? Or is COVID, dragging me that you must do it? No, nobody. The more I experience it, and I'm going to share a wonderful experience which I had in my life. When I was, again, going back to my school days, my elder brother got detected with tuberculosis in his brain. And as a result, he was constantly having fits. He was not keeping well. He finally got operated. Probably for the first time, Baba had kept his hand on somebody's head. And Baba said to him very beautifully that anybody who has to touch you will have to cross Baba's hands of, taking care of you. So this was something which was definitely happening, and we were going through all these things. There was another problem which came in, that there was a complete monetary loss because of somebody very close by. He passed away, and he was the one who was taking care of all our accounts. So Baba tested us both personally, financially, in all the aspects. It's not that we've not gone through all these tests. He has taken huge amount of tests. So when Bhaiya wasn't doing well, my elder brother, my father, somebody said that he may have this portion, and it was something to do with a very, very serious ailment. Side by side, my mother also developed sarcoidosis, which was, having huge modules around the lungs. So everybody was not keeping well. I was a small child. I started crying and I went to Baba's room. And I was telling him, what is this? Like a small child, shouting at him, we are known as Chaturbhuj in Yagya. And if, one of them would not be around, how would we be known as Chaturbhuj? And suddenly what happened was that Baba took up my intellect. And I went and I experienced something very beautiful, that Baba had taken me to a wonderful garden. It was a beautiful garden I had never seen in my whole life. Such a lovely garden it was. Like a small child holding his hand, I was jumping here and there and everywhere. Suddenly the scene changed and I was shown a tsunami. And in those days, there was a tsunami down south in Orissa. The whole India was hurt badly. I could see the dead bodies lying. Everything was so, I would say, it was bad to see that sight. I had never seen, and a small child seeing that sight was miserable. I could see the dead bodies lying here and there with their, organs coming out. It was bad. And like a small child, I held Baba tightly. And I started crying. What is this, Baba? Where have you brought me? So Baba, just took my hand and made me sit on a comfortable bench. And he said, child, there is something small happening in the family. And look at this, you are started to crying badly. You don't see what's happening in down south. There is a tsunami hit region. It never comes to your head that you should also do some service of those souls who are dying an untimely death. What is it that they need? You don't think about that? Should you not think about and give some sustenance to even those souls? And you are crying so loud with something small going in the family. I felt a lot of shame on myself. Immediately the scene changed, and Baba took me into a factory, a wonderful factory where lovely showpieces were being made. So there was a belt on which these showpieces were going constantly. Under one machine, they were being painted. On the other machine, there were some kind of decorations which were happening. And then this belt was constantly moving with some or the other bit of, beautification happening. Finally, when these showpieces were coming out, there was a person who was standing there. And that brother was just seeing for the defects, looking for the defects. The defected pieces were kept aside, and the rest were made to pass. Then these showpieces were then heated and put in cold. And finally, what came out was a beautiful shining showpiece. Out of those showpieces which were put there, this guy went and picked up one showpiece which was absolutely sparkling. He took that showpiece and gave to the owner, and I and Baba was seeing all this thing happening. Owner picked up that showpiece and had put it in a beautiful showcase which was very beautifully lit. Baba asked me this question, "Child, did you understand what was I showing to you?" I was giving a little stern look and I was saying, yeah, I did see some manufacturing was going in. The showpieces were very beautiful. Baba laughed at me. He said, do you know these showpieces, the perfect pieces were given to the owner to put in his showcase so that he can show it to the world at large that these are the lovely showpieces which have passed all kinds of tests and now they are ready to be shown to the world. I said, yes, this is beautiful. He said, do you realize that you are the showpieces of Baba's showcase? Nothing wrong can ever happen to you. But remember, if Baba has to put you in his showcase, you have to pass all the tests with flying color. Be it anything happening to your body, be it any wrong going in the business, be it anything happening wherever. But you have to be a stable personality because Baba is at your back. And that day, till date, I never had any questions. I always remember Baba is our backbone. God is our backbone. We've given our heart to God. How can we have any heart attacks? We're not, giving our heart to people because people can definitely break it. We've given our heart to Almighty Father. Do you realize that? Do you feel that? That's very, very important. We have to love him. Unconditional love. He is just loving us unconditionally. He's daily giving us this knowledge, which is so practical. Use it for, I think, you study wherever, be it Kellogg's University or Harvard's or wherever. We are the luckiest ones who've got admission in God's own university. He's teaching us the real art of management. Manage yourself. Managing man tactfully. Who is the man? Man is nothing but I, the soul. If I can manage myself, Swarajya Adhikari, my 5 senses and the 3 others, mind, intellect, and resolve, the 3 faculties. If I can manage myself, I can manage the world at large. Are we ready to do that? That is something, that is exactly what God is trying to tell us through this lovely chariot of Brahma and through these lovely angels in white who are constantly helping us groom and shine our fortune. Love for Baba, love for family. You know how beautifully he is constantly teaching us. Bache, would you be sitting on the throne and ruling alone? How would that kingdom look like? Wouldn't it look like a cartoon show where I am sitting as a king and there is nobody to obey in my reign? No, it's a family. We have to love this family, taking the family together. Every day we are learning so much from the family, everybody. From Harsha Bhai, from each one of you, though I cannot see any one of you. Could I please request you to put your videos on? It's always great to exchange those emotions. You know, that's what COVID and these digital times have brought. We should not at all, at any point of time, leave those me moments or the human moments. There is a lovely exchange of emotions when you look into the eyes of people. And as BKs, as angels, as Brahmins, we have to give lot of sustenance through these wonderful eyes. Dadi Gulzar's eyes, they were absolutely amazing. Always Baba was peeping into from her eyes. The kind of drishti, the kind of tilak that she used to put, it was like straight hair, just, putting that lovely tilak. Enjoy that experience with Baba daily. Talk to him as much and keep waiting, listening to him, listening from him. What is it that he's trying to share with us? There is so much that he talks to us. Then, if I talk about Nirvair Bhai, he's an amazing, loving soul. A lovely companionship that you learn from him. We were lucky as children. He used to take us around in terrains of Madhuban, driving us here and there, taking us to Guru Shikhar and Achalgarh and lot of lovely places which are not even being seen by the normal people. He would take us around. So, everybody, wherever you go in Madhuban, there is lots to learn. Whenever you get a chance to be at Madhuban, must visit all these places, must visit all these seniors, must spend time, because that's the place where we've been, where, Supreme Father has played his role in the chariot of Brahma. All these seniors have done so much of tapasya here, at least once in a lifetime. We should and we must visit that holy land, which is our land. The land of love, the land of peace, the land of, power. That's what the love for Yagya is. Harsha Bhai, anything specific that you would want me to talk more?
No, it's beautiful, especially when we didn't had an opportunity to hear from somebody who met Baba directly. And it is really beautiful, and especially in the 80s, right? When you first met one-on-one with Baba, was it in meditation hall in Panda Bhavan?
No, that was always in Om Shanti Bhavan. Always in Om Shanti Bhavan. Luckily, if I take you back in 80s also, I would have been very, very small, but I had vivid memories of visiting Madhuban once, because in that particular time in 80s, my father could not visit Madhuban, so we just went there as tourists, and we were staying in Vigyan Bhavan, if I have those right memories. And my mother had locked myself and my brother because we were sleeping. So she locked us in the room and she went for attending the class, while she said I was always sleeping because your father had not gone, and we were very clear that we will never spoil our family. So in those days, I still remember meeting Didi Manmohini ji. And again, the sustenance of love. And she used to call me the angel. Oh, that pari has come, that small little Baba's pari has come. And I still remember she gave me a very beautiful pink color frock. But you see, uh, to a small child, Gyan would not touch them. But what is going to touch them more often is the pure love, the purity that is going to attract them the most. And to me personally, for after I came into this Gyan, these were the two things which I loved the most: purity and love. So for me to renunciate or leave eating outside, not eating onion, garlic, that was so easy because, as children, we were very thin, very flimsy. So our mother used to actually hold us tight, like, like this, and she used to stuff egg in our mouth. And the moment she used to stuff egg in our mouth, we used to vomit it immediately. So, Nirvair Bhai always used to say that these are the old Brahmin souls who have come into your home to awaken you. Because when my elder brother was born, the whole my dad's side family started coming into the Gyan. And slowly everybody started coming into the Gyan. And then finally I was born, how the things started changing. But it was a beautiful journey. So it was very easy for us to leave onion, garlic. I still remember we have lovely parents, and these parents have never ever pastored us for listen to Murli, do this, do that, never. So I remember whenever we were to go to any parties, the moment they came, they visited Madhuban. Immediately when they came back, they left everything. It was so easy. They just threw away everything. But to us, they never pestered. They said, okay, they were eating their food at home and reading Murli. I was a small child. I said to my dad, what are you reading? They said, we are reading Murli. I said, okay, what is this? They said, if we read Murli, we will go to the golden age. I got very paranoid. I started jumping and I went to my brother. I said, look, mom and dad have decided that they will go to the golden age and they would leave both you and me into this Kal Yuga, into the iron age. That is so bad. They are not even eating outside. They are reading something and they are not even telling us. So, that inquisitiveness which they created in us. I remember in one of the parties, I was eating onion. And the moment this thought came to me, I will stay in Iron Age if I do all these things, and I will never be able to go to the Golden Age. That day, I have vivid and very clear memories. That day till today, I threw that onion far away and I never touched anything from outside. So it's like jhatku bali. You say you leave it in one go and then you never had that thought coming back to you. That's how I have always done in my life. So I keep telling myself, you have to be a ruler. You have to be a ruler. You can never become a slave. There were times, when I started using too much of WhatsApp, too much of phone. Again, I kept on telling myself, each one of us, we are our biggest teachers. Do spend time with your own self. That's what I have done all this while. I keep spending good amount of time when I walk, when I'm on jogging, doing anything. And as BKs also, it's very important for us to take care of the body as well as the driver, both of them. Sometimes, we develop a habit of too much of eatings and not doing Yagya seva. We should balance everything. Good amount of physical workout, good amount of mental workout is going to keep us healthy and wealthy for our present as well as future. Keep telling yourself, what is the service that you've done today? What is it that you've done physically, mentally, emotionally? These are the things which is going to keep each one of us healthy, wealthy, and happy. If we really want to go into that land, we will have to put in that extra to this effort that we are putting on a daily basis. That's what I personally believe. We practice it and we are enjoying this lovely, lovely, lovely Brahmin life. I think there is no life better than this. We enjoy, we work, we go to parties, and there's so much. A lot of times people say, oh, you would not eat, oh, you would not do this, so why would you come to our parties? I said, no, we will definitely come to your party, because everywhere we go, we have to do service. If we are not eating, people will ask, why are you not doing this? You get a chance to speak. So everything, everywhere you are going, you should enjoy. Even in our, professional parties or professional get-togethers, people would, drink or do whatever. But whatever we can do in our limits, that's exactly what we do. You can take a juice and keep meeting with people, keep spreading those lovely vibrations. Sometimes, we are not trying to create that balance. That balance is very important. Baba is saying that wherever you go, and this was a wonderful exam, or I would say a wonderful, not an exam, I would say that this was a wonderful conversation which happened for me amongst dadis. When I was growing, so now Dadi Prakash Mani Dadi started saying to Daddy, Papa, that doctor, now I want Mona for Yagya, that she should not surrender. So Dadis had come to Manesar, that Chota Manesar, which we have in Delhi. So Dadi Gulzar was also sitting there. She keeps quiet. She would always enjoy when these two elder dadis were talking. So Badi Dadi said that, the doctor, I want Mona. And Dadi Janki was sitting. Dadi Janki hold my hand and she said, no, Dadi, we want Mona to work. We want such children that they should go out to corporate, and in corporates, they should do Baba's seva, because we want such children who can actually reveal Baba in this corporate world. And you see, both the dadis started doing nab jhok. I would say a lovely conversations was going for me. And finally, who is the winner? Dadi Janki. She should work. She should be going to the corporates and do and reveal Baba there. So that's how lovely, life that we've led. And it was such a giving life, and we've got so much from Baba. Baba has actually filled my heart with so much of love and love for him. And needless to say, the knowledge and the wisdom which we get from his murlis on a daily basis. If this birth is great, my future births have to be great, because I am that fortunate one. Yeah. Are you all ready to come with me for a journey? Huh? Can we have a small meditation?
That will be great.
But I'll request each one of you to open your videos. Huh? In my classes in Delhi or whatever we are running, believe you me, everybody is required to open the videos, because I always tell them, if you don't open the videos, I will also sit like this. How would it look? It won't look nice. So let's open up the videos and come with me on a wonderful journey. Sit back, relaxed, very comfortably, and let me take you all to a nice journey. Harsha bhai, music is audible? Om Shanti. Sit back, relaxed, in a very comfortable posture. And as you sit in silence, Keep watching. Your life. The past life. Before you came into Gyan. How it was. How you used to behave, interact. And your present life. As I sit in silence, watching my present, I ask myself, who has chosen me? Who comes to meet up with me? Who has taken my responsibility? Who is calling me Meethe Bacche? My sweet child. The Supreme, the God, the Almighty. He's become mine. The Supreme Bestower. What a lovely feeling it is. I am touched by God. His love. I've got the chance to sit with Him. Incognito. Not just sustaining myself, but sustaining the tree. Each and every leaf in the tree, every branch, look at your fortune. Realize your fortune. How fortunate I am. Tell Baba, words fall short. I can't thank you enough. For using my costume. And making me foundation for this kalpa tree. Thank you for cleaning my intellect. Filling me and empowering me to empower everyone. Om Shanti. Shanti. Shanti.